Some hypercharges in Brawl Stars feels outdated. They don't keep up with the current meta, and some of them barely change a brawler at all. So today I thought, what if we rework them? It's not just a small buff, but completely new ideas that actually makes these hypercharges interesting. This brawler on list is maybe the worst brawler because of their hypercharges and with the current meta with buffs. So let's start with one of the most questionable ones. First up is Charlie. Yeah, her hypercharge is honestly pretty useless. Spawning 3 spiders after the super doesn't really change anything, because you can basically do the same with her gadget. Instead, I would completely change the interaction with her super. Her new hypercharge would be called Intertwine. So basically, when Charlie hits an enemy with her hypercharge super, that enemy becomes fully trapped in webs. They can't move, nor attack, nor use abilities. Kinda like one of the Chester supers. But here's the key difference. Charlie can attack them immediately. There's no cocoon thing or something similar to that. But the enemy teammates can shoot the cobwebs, let's call them that, to break it and free their ally. So hypercharge becomes a fast elimination tool, kinda, but still has a counterplay. And if Charlie misses her hypercharge super because of my bad randoms, I cover that up too. The area where the lens becomes covered in cobwebs, slowing the enemies for a short time. This makes her feel so much like a controller without being overpowered, and I don't know why is she controller right now, but now with this new reworked hypercharge, she's even more controller. Next up is Pearl. Her hypercharge feels extremely underwhelming. The idea is simple, bigger explosion, but enemies get knocked away, which basically ruins the purpose of her ability. Imagine if El Primo's hypercharge didn't put enemies towards in. Yeah, this is basically Pearl's problem. I don't know if they saw it in the El Primo, why they put it in a Pearl, but I'm not gonna question that. So here's my idea. Her super radius becomes slightly bigger. While a hypercharge is active, Pearl leaves burning trail behind her, similar to how Carl's hypercharge leaves fire on the ground. This fits her theme perfectly. Everything about Pearl kinda revolves around heat and burning and baking cookies. So instead of one explosion, the hypercharge will allow her to control more space because it's bigger and now it leaves trail behind. It wouldn't suddenly make her the best brawler in the game, but it will finally give her hypercharge a real purpose. I think this the main problem with her hypercharge is I think it's one of the oldest hypercharges, so hypercharges are kind of new and they're not evolved yet. So I think that's a problem. Let's talk about what might be the most pointless hypercharge ever added. Sprout. The whole purpose of the Sprout wall is to block enemies and control space, but hypercharge tries to deal damage when enemy hit the wall, which doesn't make any sense. If enemies run into a wall, they're already making a mistake. So my idea is simple. Sprout hypercharge would create an unbreakable wall called Blockade. For a short time, the wall can be destroyed by breaking wall abilities. For example, like Colt, Bull, or any brawler that have wall breaking ability. However, it wouldn't be overpowered because jump abilities still works, for example like Janet and Janet's gadget and Dynamite are power, and Mo can go under it, so supers like El Primo can bypass it. This will make Sprout true controller instead of relying on their enemies making mistakes. Next is Gene. His hypercharge is also very confusing. Gene is a support brawler. Let his hypercharge pull every enemy directly into him. And what happens then? He usually gets destroyed. Instead, I will give them hypercharge called Slow Hand. You probably know where I'm going with this. Instead of instantly pulling enemies or faster pulling enemies, Jin's hypercharge super will slowly drag one enemy towards him. During that time, the enemy cannot move nor attack. This creates a perfect setup for teammates to secure kills, which fits Jin's support role much better. And finally, Chuck. Current hypercharge doesn't really change how he plays, so here's my idea. Ghost Train. Yeah, another original idea. Chuck can go on every boat, but that's not the only change. Instead of automatically following the path, players could control his directions using his super button, choosing where he travels next. This will make Chuck far less predictable and much more strategic. Of course, he still needs station in range, so he couldn't just teleport across an entire map. That would be so stupid. But it will make his hypercharge actually feel powerful. And those were my reworks for some of the most underwhelming hypercharges in Brawl Stars. Do you agree with this idea, or would you change any of them? If you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe. We're getting closer to 1000 subscribers and your support really matters me a lot. And if this video goes well, maybe I could get a part 2 on this series. So, see you next one.